A very good morning to all my dear listeners. Here Archana Sharma is again with her next video on the poem titled No Men Are Foreign. This is the poem number 6 of class 9th book Beehive. I have already shared a video having the introduction of this very poem. Today in this very video, I am going to share with you the explanation and the vocabulary of all the 5 stanzas of this very poem. So, let us see the stanzas one by one. On your screen, you have the stanza number 1. So, let us see it what the stanza number 1 says. See, stanza number 1 says, first line is, remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. The poet James Kirkup wants to say that no men are strange. According to the poet, in this first line, no men are strange and no country is foreign. So, the poet through this line is attempting to remove the border from the earth which have been erected to separate different countries. Then only no country will be foreign. If we remove all the borders which have been made by we people, then there will be no country as foreign. We will feel every country as our land. And when there will be no borders, everyone will be free to move around. So, the poet says that the entire earth on which we all are living is one, and all the people who live on this earth, they belong to one human race. So, this was the explanation of the first line. This was the message which the poet wants to give through the first line. Now, let us see the second line. Second line is, beneath all uniforms a single body breathes. Here the poet wants to say that inside the uniform that is worn by us. See, a picture is given. Here, these are the soldiers of a country. The poet wants to say that whichever uniform the soldiers of a country wears, they belong to the same human race. They are all human beings. The humans, they are the same everywhere. It doesn't matter that if a soldier is wearing a different uniform, he is different from other soldiers. No. No matter whatever uniform, whatever dress they wear, we all are same as we are made by the God in the same way. He further says that the human being is the same everywhere. God has made all of us in a similar way. See the line number 2. A single body breathes. A single body breathes under all uniforms. Then he says that all the soldiers, they are our brothers. We all walk upon the same land. This is the line number 3, which the poet wants to say from this line. He wants to say that we walk upon the same motherland and we shall all lie on this motherland after death. The poet wants to say that we all will lie in the grave of this mother earth, of the same earth. Okay. So, this was the stanza number 1. Here I have given you the vocabulary. I found these 2 words to be new for you all. So, I thought to be discussed here. Beneath means under and strange means unknown. Rest all the words, they are very much common, they are very much similar and very much easy to be understood. Okay. So, this was the stanza number 1. Now, the stanza number 2. Now, let us come to know what the poet want to say through the stanza number 2. See the first line, they too aware of the sun and air and water. Here they, it is used by the poet. It is referred to those people who belong to other countries. यहाँ पर दे उन लोगों के लिए यूज़ किया गया पोएट के द्वारा जो दूसरे देशों को बिलोंग करते हैं. ओके, वी कॉल दैम फॉरेनर्स एंड वी डिस्क्रिमिनेट देम एंड फाइट विद देम. The poet says that further, see here, aware of sun, air and water. He says that nature has given all the things to all the people in equal measure. He has not done any discrimination. He says that God has gifted everyone with the same sun, means everyone gets the sunlight from the same sun. Everyone is facilitated with the air and water in equal measure, which means God does not differentiate between people from different countries. For Him, all are same, all are equal, all are one. This was the explanation of line number 1. Now, let us see the line number 2. Are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter start. Through this line, the poet wants to say that we all do farming during the time of peace and fed by the harvest of it. Whenever there is a peace, we do farming and we live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by the nature. But when there is war, लेकिन जब war होता है, what happens when there is a war? We all starve. जब war होता है तो हम सब क्या करते हैं? हम सब भूखे मरते हैं. Say it is given here, by wars long winter start. When there is war, we all starve, we do not have food to eat, and winter time is the same for those belonging to other countries. They all face the same problem as we face during the winters, and they do not get food to eat at that time. So the poet wants to say that foreigners who belong to other country and we both are same. Okay. Now the third line, their hands are ours and in their lines we read, a labor not different from our own. The poet further says that even their hands are the same as ours, they work very hard just like we do, and he is giving all these examples to convey the readers that there is no difference in us and the people belonging to other countries. We all are same. We all do the same labor. Our hands are same. We all are fed by the peaceful harvest. We all are aware of the same sun, air and water, and we all starve when there is war. So how can we be different if we all are facing the same thing, if we all are passing through the same situation? Okay. So this was the stanza number 2. Now the stanza number 3. Stanza number 3 is, remember they have eyes like ours that wake. The poet asks the readers to remember something. Through the word remember, the poet wants to say that we should remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of another country whom we think to be as foreigners or whom we call as our enemies, they have been bestowed by God with the same appearance, with the same similar appearance. They all have the same eyes. God has given them eyes like ours, which open and we close. Which they sleep means they close and wake means they open. Okay. So our eyes, they all do the same thing. This was the first line. Now the second line, and strength that can be won by love. Similarly, God has given us strength, and that strength can be won by only love. That strength can be won through love only. He further says that in every country, in every land is common life. He says that in every country, in every land, there is one common life. There is one common thing, that is life. Life means all the things that are living and all can recognize and understand. He says that we all can recognize that life, we can all understand the feelings of the people of other countries and realize that they are like us. If we realize this, that we are same, if we recognize this, that we are same, if we understand it, that we all are same, then there will be no fight or war between countries, between us. This is the message which the poet wants to give through this stanza number 3. Now the stanza number 4. Stanza number 4 is, let us remember whenever we are told to hate our brothers. The poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person who belongs to another country, or whenever someone tells us to think that a person is our enemy, or whenever we are told to think someone to be our enemy, then what we do? It is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray and condemn. Dispose matlab deprived. It means then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves and we condemn, we blame ourselves. He says that we should stay away from all such negativity, from all these negative qualities. We should be away from all these things. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. Okay. Remember, we should be who we take arms against each other. If we take arms against each other, if we pick arms against each other, it means we are promoting the enmity. And if we pick the arms, then there will be war and both the parties will bear the loss. So that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember one thing. See, he said remember. And what we should remember, that we will say in the stanza number 5. So let us know about that one thing through the stanza number 5. This is the stanza number 5. Here the poet says that it is the human earth that we defile. The poet wants to say that we should help, we should keep in our mind that whenever we pick weapons against any person, we make our earth dirty. जब भी हम हथियार किसी के विरुद्ध में उठाते हैं तो उससे क्या होता है? Our earth it becomes dirty. क्यों? कैसे? Because weapon they kill people and their bodies which fall on the earth makes it dirty. Okay. So whenever war happens it leads to a lot of bloodshed. बहुत खून बहता है. Fire and death. These are the results, these are the consequences of war. So we should not pick the weapons. Okay. Then further he adds that of air that is everywhere our own. The air, it is the same everywhere. The fire of war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air, it is so dirty that it pollutes and outrages the purity of the air, because everywhere there is enmity. All the countries, they are ready to fight with each other, they are ready to pick weapons against the other countries. So we are defiling, we are polluting the earth by picking the weapons. When we pick the weapons, it pollutes the purity of the air, and with all these things the poets want to give us a message that we should not indulge in war. Finally he ends with the two lines, see, remember no men are foreign and no country strange. Finally he ends with the same two lines. He wants to say that remember no men are foreign and there is no country which we can call as strange. Okay, so this was the explanation of the stanza number 5. I have given you here the words with their meanings also. Defile means to make dirty or pollute. Outrage and innocence of means to violate the purity of air. Okay. So this was all for this poem. All the 5 stanzas, they have been explained. The vocabulary is being shared with you. I hope now you all will be very much able to attempt the questions based on all these 5 stanzas. Okay. So keep watching the video and try to score good in your exams. Thanks to all for watching the video. I will be back again with my next video on this very poem. In my next video, I shall be sharing with you the literary devices being used in this very poem. Till then, stay tuned and goodbye.